So this is the famous Walmart bag. Has anyone ever heard of it? Yeah, you've actually heard of it. That's pretty cool. Okay, but I'm going to tell you anyway how it got to be so famous. So this bag was sold on eBay for $3,300. $3,300. That's equivalent to about 1,600 pounds at the time. Someone spent 1,600 pounds of their own money on an empty plastic bag that you would get virtually everywhere. This is not an isolated phenomenon. Meet the famous eBay ghost. And I'm just going to read you the ad that came along with this ghost because it's just too funny. This auction is for a real ghost who is at our house. He followed us from our old house and will not leave. He creates messes, leaves towels on the floor, and will not pick up after himself. That sounds like quite a few people I know. He drops food on the floor, spills drinks, and just walks away from it. The audacity of this ghost! He seems to hang around during the summer months, more often when school is out. He is a slob, and we are willing to catch him and send him to anyone who will take him. We would take a picture of him, but we have never seen him. Now, I don't know how much this went for, but when I got to the website, it just said, auction has been closed. This item has been sold. Now, this made me think quite a bit about what motivates the decisions that we make. So I went to my favorite place, Google, and I did some research. And you know what one of our major motivating factors is? It is our desire to belong. We do so much in order to fit in with our friends and our peers and our colleagues or whatever point at life you may be at. Belonging is a huge deal for us. So what I want to encourage you to do today is not to make your decisions based on your desire to belong, but instead to make it based on an ultimate vision and purpose that you have for your life. So, what's the problem with our desire to belong as a major motivator? Well, one of the main problems with it is that it takes these creative, bright, original people and transforms them into something else entirely, into members of the crowd, the unthinking public, the masses. Recently, this experiment was done where scientists took their volunteers and put them into groups. And then they encouraged these groups to talk about controversial topics like politics, religion, whatever you know people will definitely not agree on. And what they actually found was that these people in these groups tailored their opinions to fit in with the mood of the group. Interesting, right? Yeah, I thought so too. So have you ever done this? Have you ever watered down your opinions to fit in with the mood of the group? I know I have. I did it for a really important decision in my life. I come from this culture that encourages people to follow one of three professions. You are either A, to become a doctor, B, to become a pharmacist, or C, to become an engineer. And my family is a model family. We've got 5 doctors, 4 engineers, 2 PhDs in chemistry, and a med lab technician. My closest friends growing up, they're all the same way. They're all now either studying pharmacy or medicine or just doing brain surgery experiments on rats. I really don't ask too many questions about that. But so when I started university, I sort of went with the trend. Everyone around me was doing science, so I started studying cell biology. I really like cell biology, but it's what everyone was doing, so why not? But what I did is actually not that unusual. Science shows that we are a species of imitators. Some research has shown that if you come from a poorer background, you're less likely to go to university. Why? Because that's what you see around you. You don't know things to be any different. But that's not a fulfilling way to live your life. What is more fulfilling is to take some time out and to give some thought into what you really want out of life. What direction do you really want to go in? What will you find fulfilling? I spent 2 full years of my life studying cell biology. I spent 2 full years pretending to care about DNA codification pathways and energy production methods. I don't. My passions lie in history and in art. I love politics. Yeah, that might be really weird for some of you, but I love politics. I paint, I draw, I write fictional stories. These are the things that I love doing. So at some point, I took a step back and I thought, why am I doing this? Why am I studying cell biology? I don't really find any of that stuff even remotely interesting. And having given this some thought, I was able to come up with a vision. It took some effort, but I found out what I wanted to do, which is to encourage a culture where people pursue their own learning in creative fashions. And having come up with this vision, it totally changed the way I made decisions. When things came along in life, I was able to assess, does this fit in with my vision for my life, or does it not? And so things were easy to say yes or no to, because I had a direction that I wanted to go in. And I figure everyone should know that you have the opportunity to do this, that you don't have to just go with the crowd. So my message for you guys today is to do 3 things. 1, take some time and design your own vision. Make decisions with a purpose. And be an individual, not a member of the herd.